And I'm live. Hope everybody's doing well tonight. Hold on one second. Tonight's show is going to be something like, you guys, I mean, it doesn't even matter tonight. This is going to be very unorthodox. I'm waiting for I don't even feel too good. I'm doing this because I have to shed light on a situation. You know, a lot of it is, a lot of these shows on YouTube are based on, people's life stories, bullshit, drama, you know, snitches have channels, all kinds of shit. But what I'm trying to do on this channel, what I've been trying to do from day one, as I'm learning, to get away from all that and to stay away from that shit. I really don't want to be known for that, before anybody asked, sometimes sparring gets a little rough. But anyway, what happened to me, most of you who don't know my story, I was a victim of, Catholic Church. In another situation when I was younger, I don't need to elaborate too much. I was 8 years old. And as I was a young kid, you couldn't really speak up on a lot, because that's not the way that it was, And a lot of kids today don't speak up. And matter of fact, I think if I'm not mistaken, it's a very small percentage of kids who do speak up. And, I can't do anything but come on here. Bobby, what's up, brother? How you doing? Tonight's about kids and abuse, man. I had some charts. I got a guest coming on who's very versed in this shit, has done a lot with this. He can explain as much as he wants to go into. I have to do this for the kids. I have to do this for the parents. A lot of kids don't know how to speak. Maybe you parents don't know how to have that dialogue with your kids. That's what I'm trying to do, bring, to the forefront. VF, brother, how you doing, man? Thank you. Yankees, my brother. How you been, man? Gina, how you doing, sweetie? Oh, my guest is here. My co-host. Hold on. What's up, brother?
Hey, what's up?
I'm just kind of breaking the people down, letting them know we're doing this for the kids and to help the parents. Obviously, me and you talking, bro, we didn't realize what we're getting. Well, you did more than me. Now, this is Bob, everybody. This guy's very intelligent. We're getting to know each other. This guy's very versed in a lot. I don't know if you want to tell the people, I don't know how much you could get into. I just say you're very versed. I don't know if you can tell what you do for a living or anything. I don't know what you're allowed to say, what you're not.
I help people for a living, and
he helps people for a living.
And I hope that they have her room's a mess. Sorry, yeah, I help people for a living, and yeah, man, I just want to. I'm what some would say, but in good spirit. I don't wish to hurt anybody, but I do. I do believe in certain things deeply, and I do have a lot of opinions on things that are wrong with what's going on in the world.
But what brought us to? I mean, we started talking. Actually, the way we don't have to get into how we came to talking, but it's funny because people don't know this guy, and he's very, very intelligent. Number one, number two, he helped me a lot. I didn't realize how deep this thing went. I mean, I know obviously because I was a kid. I was one of those kids, 8 years old. So I know what it's like when you can't tell your parents. I didn't really share anything until I was in my early 40s. I didn't really, and still probably have never told the true story. Just I start believing in how you suppress it so much, but talking to you, just researching, man. I have some things here too. The stuff I have some charts I took copies of that as we're going on. I some of the statistics I can't believe, man.
Yeah,
Bob, stand still. Yankees for life says stand still. You're giving them a headache.
Okay, hold on a second. I got a little kid.
Mobland, what's up, brother?
Good. What's up?
You guys are gonna be surprised at how smart this guy is. I'm sure some of you know, maybe you don't, because he jokes a lot. But this dude, let me tell you, man, trust me, he really knows his stuff, and he's helped me a lot already. Um,
Yeah, so hold on one second. I'm gonna turn
take
this
your
off
time,
because my
man.
niece is coming in. She's gonna clean the room, so I don't want her on the video.
Go
I'll
ahead,
be
man.
back in a minute.
Hey, I got it.
I'm
Take
here.
your time. So anyway,
Just
our whole thing is
put the
here to
stuff away.
protect kids. Let me see if I can do something real quick, Bob.
But I mean, I'm here. I just don't want people to. I just don't.
No, it's cool. I think it's this one. So just from 2019 to 2020, that's not even the current year. The enticement for the sexual assault, man, is up from it's almost doubled from 20,000 to 40,000. And I could just imagine how bad it is now. I mean, it's got to be each year. It seems like it just climbs and climbs and climbs. A lot of people don't want to have this discussion. A lot of people don't want to be in this room right now. But I'm going to tell you right now, if you have a kid, if you have nieces, nephews, if you're a coach like myself, if you're a victim like yourself, this is for the victims. This is for the kids who don't have the voice. This is for whatever preventative measures we as a whole can take to defend these kids and help them and bring awareness, man. Bob, right or wrong, we realize not enough people are talking about this, right?
I mean, first off, I want to say this information is not given as legal advice in any way. The stories presented are not necessarily people known by us.
No.
Or people represented by us.
No, nobody.
Or people that we know generally. We simply want to bring awareness to the suffering of children. We believe harsher punishments are needed considering the trauma the victims go through daily for the rest of their lives. While some society, they believe it's socially acceptable, they even have groups now like Mansa or something. I think South Park did an episode on it. And it's an actual real group that support this type of stuff.
When all the guys get together and go after the little boys and shit. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah. That's actually a real thing.
It's crazy too, because it's like if we touch on that and top, people say ew, they want to turn their head, but how the fuck, excuse me, man, you know what? How the fuck else can you help these kids if you don't talk about it? Dude, let me just say to you, from me to you, thank you for doing this with me tonight. I really like I said, I've suppressed a lot for so long. And if it means I could come out here and, feel a little uncomfortable to help these kids, man, I appreciate you being my wingman.
I mean, the problem is, and this is the last thing I wanted to say of the general opening statement, was that people generally, the general society deem these people evil. And from not getting punished, I mean, other people suffer as these people that have already suffer for the rest of their lives. And then these people hide in the shadows.
Yeah, and the craziest thing is even in the thumbnail tonight, look, I'm getting hot just talking about this shit. Just the fact that it seems like almost like that the victims are not victims. It's almost like the friggin' guy who commits the heinous act is the victim because they don't get. I don't believe that. Look, let me tell you something. People say if you put a guy in jail to hurt a kid, people say tell him whatever. Let me tell you something. People could do whatever the hell they want. Kids are off limits. It's not the same as the street. It's two different ball games, man. You're hurting a kid for the rest of his life. And to me, that's why I don't want to have any of that Mob 2 bullshit on here. This is nothing about this serious shit, man.
These kids, he's exactly right. And you guys need to listen to him. This is serious, serious stuff.
It is serious. And people, you see guys even there, you see some viewers popping in and out, and I understand that. But I hope everybody will come back and revisit this, man, because, the other channels, you got all kinds of stuff, drama, bullshit, gossip, but how many guys are doing this? And I'm not saying I'm better than nobody. I'm just saying that this is what my channel is going to consist of. The real deal, real topics. And, just so you know, here goes another one, Bob. This one shocked me. I don't know if you probably noticed already. So, look, the human trafficking cases, right? I mean, I don't know if you can see this, but this is just 2019. Look, all the gray areas are almost 300. The dark blue, 4 or 500. Look down in Texas. It's Texas right there. Over 1,000. This
Michigan.
is just human trafficking. The reason why that's so imperative, me and Bob were talking about it today. What happens on the journey with the human trafficking across that border? How many times are these girls getting raped? You know, and to me, these girls, a lot of them are minors. You know, it's so much. These kids are just being abused, crazy, man, and
it was like 30% of them come over the border already pregnant.
30%, right? Yeah. And these are young girls, right? Under 16, right?
Yeah, and then they pay to come over, and then they're trapped and they get trapped. And then they're illegal people we don't even have registered, so we don't have their DNA or anything.
Now, again, we're not talking as anybody other than just somebody who's, you know, trying to put a positive message. We're not stating anything that, like he said earlier in the opening statement. What he said in the open statement, you know, I don't remember verbatim, but that applies here. What I'm saying is, do you think that the penalties for incarceration, I mean, I know guys who go to jail for weed. I know a guy did a year in jail for weed, and now the laws are like nothing. And one guy up here in this way, I started telling you about it. I think the guy had a camera in this thing. He was videotaping kids. I don't even think he got more than 7 years, man. And there was like 30, 40 counts. Little kids, man, his own kids. Like, to me, look.
It's sad.
Even if you're not going to put them in the jail and let them die, right? Like,
you know what? That's the problem. These judges think, oh, I'm going to give them 10 years or 5 years.
Just breaking up a little bit.
People think that I'm just going to give them 10 years or 5 years and let them die because someone will kill them in jail. No, it doesn't happen like that.
Never works out that way, right, Bob?
It never does. They PC up or they go to the hole forever. And
not only that, you know, my brother's been down 27 years. He's in the hole right now. Free Jason O'Neill. Some supposedly allegedly got caught with a cell phone. That's a big thing. I mean, he's doing life. But anyway, he was telling me the last phone call, he said that the snitches run the jail. He said pedophiles aren't even taking PC anymore. It's like, look, I was in the county in 96. I remember verbatim on my little thing. I never claimed to do a ton of time. So next before somebody breaks something like that, you know, I don't even want to hear that shit because this is a serious topic tonight. This is not about anybody, no drama. This is serious stuff. I remember there's a couple guys top and bottom. The first 2 jails I was at when I was getting processed, the first one I went to was a new jail. The second 2 were like older, had bar, house corrections, detention center. It had the bars and stuff. But then the other one, it was like CF was like, you know, like pods, like certain amount of cells on top, certain amount of showers at the end. And there was always like 2 or 3 guys that were like stuck in their cell 24 hours a day, and they were in different jumpsuits. So you knew who that guy was. I mean, guys would try to go by, piss in their cell, throw stuff at them. But even then, they're protected. Like, all they have to do is say, I fear for my life, and they're protected. Now, I understand that lays a liability on the jail and all that, and whatever.
All you better do is you hit a cop, and you're going to the hole for how long?
Yeah.
You know? And who's getting on you? Who's going to get you in the hole?
Yeah, really? Right.
Unless it's like one of those places like California where you have someone like with you.
Where you can get to them, right? Yeah, because in the hole, you're not really going to get to anybody.
Yeah, someone just sends you a kite, and then you have actually a cellie. Because in the hole, in some places, they have 2 people. But generally,
you ready for this one? You made me look at this one real quick. I have a couple more, but I'll wait. But check this one out, right? So look. This is 2003 to 2001. Now, this is what, bro, you don't understand how, look, you didn't hurt me by doing this. You helped me. Look at this fucking uptick. From 2000, it's never gone down. And look at this, 17, 18 years. Look at it. And can you see this? I hope people can see this. I know some people don't want it. Some people don't care. They'd rather listen to some other stuff. But, you know, if you have kids, you should be watching. So, look, the green is physical abuse. Sexual abuse, everyone has it. Neglect. Look at the neglect. Psychological. I mean, it rises to 22, almost how many hundred? 21, 2200. versus it was in the hundreds in 2003.
But
Now,
think about it. Think about it. How many kids
uh,
told back in the day? Like back in the day, I was whooped as a kid. You know.
yeah, me too. We didn't tell you could look. I was sparring a little bit, but
Yeah,
I mean that's what happens, right?
that's what happens. And back in the day, it's like I'm your dad, and that's it. You're gonna just like listen to me and take your punishment. But now it's like kids especially, are taught in schools. It's like if your parents ever lay a hand on you, well, that's so subjective that, well, my mom smacked my butt, so I'm gonna call child
Yeah,
protective
yeah, yeah.
services.
Everything. Like, yo, my mom made me a piece of toast that was burnt.
Yeah,
You
and
know,
it's
and I
like,
hate to laugh because I'm not trying to laugh at this at all. Trust me, I'm taking this very seriously. I mean, you know,
it
but
is
what
funny.
do you
Well,
think as for me? Let me ask you a personal question, right? You can answer this because you can answer this as a regular person. What do you think was the reason for me that I suppressed so long? Like I never, I mean, a lot of it probably had to do with manhood, but it literally to the beginning of my 40s, man, is when I never really talked about it, man. I just,
just society's label on it.
yeah, I felt like it wasn't right for me to even talk about anything when there's kids out there that have it way worse, man. Some of the stories I've heard, and even from just this little research, I still feel like I got off easier than them, but that's not what the mental and the doctors tell you. They feel like any abuse is abuse. But to
I
me,
mean,
I
it does.
feel
I
like
mean, it's kind of true because it all affects you the same mentally. I mean,
trauma and everything. Yeah,
you're taking advantage of. It's the same thing as someone stealing money from you or
exactly.
stealing
Right.
something from you. You feel like something is taken that can never be returned.
Yeah. And to be honest, you said something that I didn't even really think about. Like, you never really get over it, it never leaves your mind. I mean, it's up to you when you get older, when you're in a position to either let it affect you or not. I don't know if that's the right way to say it because I
I
choose
mean,
not
it
to.
affects you every way in your relationships
It
with
did
women.
everything. I tell you what, why you think I'm not married? I think trust was one of the biggest problems for me, man. I mean,
Exactly.
you know,
It's like getting cheated on. Then the next girl you're going to be like, "Oh my god, is she cheating? She cheating?" It affects everything that you like in your future. And then you look at people in a different light because you realize at such a young age that there are evil people in
I'm
the
sorry,
world.
guys. I'm just looking at these chats. I apologize. Man, we got some people really supporting us. All you guys in here. Bobby, what's this doing life with the father? Gina's here. Chat, listen, let me say one thing. This guy, Dominic, let me just say to everybody, because this is very important, for what he does for people and defendants, God bless this man. God bless his father, wrongfully lied on a million times, his brother. This guy stands for something. This guy, every day, man, I'm building a relationship with him. He's really good, getting to be a really good friend. I just want to say thank you for your friendship, bro. You're a good dude, man. I'm here for you. Hashtag we push back.
We push back. Yeah,
Yeah, and guess
everybody.
what? I just started one too, Dom. So write this down because I need you to be my I need some legal help with this. Nah, but hashtag we speak up. That's going to be the new one. I'm going to really promote this. Me and Boff
And we
on a
got
campaign to help these kids,
because like I want to talk about some cases that I just talked about with
Yeah,
my
go ahead.
right here. And here and then I'll get into the reasons. We'll
No,
both get
that's
to the reasons why that these people are not getting time. Like they're not getting time. Okay. So 4 girls trapped in a basement for 4 years. 4 years.
4 years. Listen up, guys. This is crazy. Dominic, where do you hear this?
Trapped in a basement for 4 years.
4 years.
Okay. They weren't like physically harmed or anything. I'm just looking up random cases now, and I don't really want to give names out or
No,
anything.
don't do that. Just
But okay, trapped in a basement for 4 years. Then somehow they got out. This guy gets
thank you,
two
Dom.
years in probation, but for 4 years, these minors were just abused, and videotaped, sold, used for profit. Like, and you get 2 years just because the judge expects someone to handle you in prison. Oh, let's just let someone in prison go stab them because that's what they do. That's not what they do.
No. So that's the automatically assumption that, oh, well, don't worry, once he gets to jail, he'll be poked up, right? But that's not what happens. They get PC, they're protected, right?
Exactly. They get to
And
jail.
hold on, Bob. What'd you say earlier? They barely even get fucking time.
They barely get time. There was someone that got like 10 months. He kidnapped like 6 girls and he got like 10 months. There was the dude that I was telling you about earlier. That don't he didn't even get charged with attempted murder. This is a child. Keep in mind, this is a child he did this to. Okay? Now, if you have, say, a small chihuahua, you have.
So let me ask, what's the definition? So when I was 8 years old, maybe people can understand when somebody corners you, priest first time, and tries to get you
you don't know what to do. I mean, because you're not understanding it yet. Your brain's not fully developed.
Yeah, I got these bots. Don't worry about it. But go ahead.
I mean, and there's a difference between the mentality of, I don't want to say the word, but it rhymes with grape, and actually child taking.
Yeah.
And mentally child taking, people think they have to do it. Grape is more for like self. They want to. Sorry for moving around. I'm cleaning up after my little girls. But grape is more for like pleasure and to just get frustrations out or to hurt someone.
Yeah.
It's more for control, but it's a different type of control than child abusers have. If I can get to the point where anyways, if I can remember off of my head, there's 3 different types of child molesters / abusers. Which,
so right now though, as we're talking, right? What I've seen is, can we segue with just this one? Do you mind if I just show you?
Of course, no.
Okay, I just want to show you this one thing, and now this was really shocking to me. Where's it at? Is it this one? I can't really reel this one too great. Anyway, there was one that showed that it had, maybe it's this one. Here we go. So this is the Association of Childhood Sex Abuse with Drug Dependence and Psychiatric Disorders, women, non-genital intercourse, any type. I mean, this is just some of these ratios. I can't comprehend, like drug dependence. So most of it, is it also tiered toward that? Like, does everything always have to be, oh, well, was there drugs involved? Was there some kind of other stuff? Like, is that the whole defense all the time? Like, is that what they use? Like, most of the people who commit these heinous acts, do they use a lot of that? I mean, because it seems like
mostly it goes to psychological. It's
psychological, right?
He's got a psychological order. Like in 1998, this is 98, by the way. This isn't like 2000. I think it's Hansen and Boosie. And
Boosie's?
Camilleri and Quincy in 2008. Not all individuals who assault children are pedophiles. Pedophilia consists of a sexual preference for children. Yeah, that may or may not lead to sexual abuse. Well, how does the kid even know that? How does a 4-year-old kid that you kidnap and like hide in a closet know that? And I've seen, as, oh, how do I say this? As an officer of the law, there are people that actually have to defend these people, no matter what. And you see a case, well, the guy abused him, but didn't actually spread his seed, but penetrated. 6 months probation.
Man, That's crazy. Rob, you just came in, Stone Sour. You have any cases you could talk about bringing a guard? Is that all pretty confidential stuff? The Stone Sour. He I wonder, I just
It's just so important that people realize that we have to do something about this. I mean, there are cases that I'm going to get into later that are that you will not even believe are possible, that could even happen. You won't even believe that it could happen. That other human beings actually do this and other people actually condone and see the abuse going on and condone it. And it's a lot of fear based, and it's a lot of like mental manipulation, which these people are perfect at. Manipulation.
it's sad, bro. And really, to me, like even like when I read some of them cases doing this research, and I knew we weren't going to get a crazy audience. I thank you so much for everybody in here. I know it's touchy. A lot of people can't stomach, don't want to hear it, but I really didn't know. Number one, in the last 20 years, everything's going up double. But the fact that, like, I feel like I wish I could take all these kids' pain, man. Like if I could, this sounds crazy. I don't know if this sounds crazy to you, but like I would literally, you know, let myself get violated to take away a kid's fucking pain, if that makes sense. Like, and it's
Because
just
it
crazy.
changes you. I mean, it just makes you like.
I would always lay down in front of a child, man, an old person. Like, doesn't
And
matter. I just,
and
you
from
know.
the other side, it's
So,
like,
what is the answer, Bob? More mental institution? Is that where this country went wrong? Like, I know that was a big problem, but
no, the answer is kill these kill them.
right? Allegedly, we're just joking. Nobody's serious. We're just saying, nobody's trying to kill anybody. We're just hypothetically, no, it'd be
I'm
nice.
serious.
It'd be nice.
If you hurt an innocent child in a sexual manner, something is mentally wrong with you, and you shouldn't be part of the society because you're
That's what
ruining
I said.
evolution. Like, I don't want your genes passed, and I don't care if I get in trouble for saying that. Like, your genes should not be passed, and you shouldn't be ever allowed to go into society. Like, and because there's three types of like pedophiles. There's like the sociopath, with that just generally just goes and does his way with one person and then runs away and then does it again and again. And then there's the psychopathic kind, which need to kidnap their victim and then they like groom them and need them to be their lover.
And as crazy it is to have this discussion, we have to have it. Like, so in all your experience and reference of reading and researching and everything, what would you say if there was one thing tomorrow? Okay, Bafa, you're in charge. What's the first thing that you would do tomorrow? Was it be a law you change, or were there a law that you definitely enforce?
I would have all the laws relooked.
Gina said torture.
I would have a census sent out of all the laws.
Census.
Not a census, basically. Well, a census after to see how the people review it. But I would have the information sent out to every American person in the world, dictate certain cases. I wouldn't do that. I would just be able to get on somewhere where I could voice like a platform where everybody in the world could hear.
Well, that's the start of what we're doing here. We're not going to stop this. We're going to keep going, bro.
Yeah, like you gotta. There are people that are, and they're 95% of the time they recommit the crime.
Hold on, I think I have it right here. Hold on. All right. Well, this is another chart. 8 out of 10 rapes are committed. Well, can I say that right? Because it says it here. Committed by someone they know and a victim. 19% are committed by a stranger. 39 are committed by acquaintance. 33 are committed by a current or former spouse, boyfriend, or girlfriend. Only 6% are committed by more than one person or the victim cannot remember. That's a low is that 2.5% are committed by a non-spouse relative. Wow, man. Like,
but those numbers are skewed because of the reporting, especially for male boys,
so
especially for males. So it's very skewed.
so this was 2% of all three are ages, wow, 12 to 17. I thought it was 0 to 12. And they say most of the guys who commit the acts are in their 20s, like early 20 or something.
I thought it was 30 to 40, but
Yeah, I see. Yeah, I see 20 to 30 or something. But
it's I mean, these people, if you're in your 20s and you get sentenced to probation or 2 years, which this is what these types of people are getting.
hey, not to cut you off, West Texas Burrito, man, he's always sending me stuff too. I appreciate your support, brother. I guess he's in Texas. He was saying that human trafficking's, man, I guess it is probably most of the southern states, right? I mean, well, that's like Texas in the middle down there, but I mean, is there one state off the top of your mind that? Well, I know Oregon. I think Oregon has the most. If anybody can correct me, I think they have probably the biggest child abuse ratio. You know, that's one of the statistics I looked today. I don't know what California is. I didn't get a chance to do all that.
But here's the point: like, you're coming in illegally. You got coyotes. Coyotes, if for people that don't know, are the people bringing people in, smuggling them in.
Yeah.
And then these girls, they get in, and then they're just brought to a house and chained up.
And and they don't get to leave, right?
You never hear from them again, so they're not a statistic.
No, it's not, man. It's crazy, man. Like, you know, I hope even what we're doing here, and obviously we're going to do a lot more, but why do you think that most people, and this could be directed at anybody, even if people in here help me out, why does it seem like a lot of people turn a blind eye?
Because it sickens them. It's like it's like watching a horror movie and your girl can't look at the screen because it's so.
But what I don't understand, Bob, and let me just be frank, let me not beat around the bush. What grown man or grown woman, what do you see in a child? Like, what could physically turn you? I mean, I understand the psyche of it. But I mean, other than that, like, to me, I just, from somebody who went through it, never felt I wanted to ever repeat that behavior. In fact, I did the opposite. I always protect the kids, man. I'd always preach to kids from the time I remember a young teenager, man, telling kids, you know, be careful and, you know.
Well, if we look at the characteristics of who commit these crimes, generally they're all narcissists. Narcissists, basically people like that hate themselves, that have to make themselves look better than anybody else at all costs. But they generally know that they're a piece of shit. Like,
yeah, man.
And so it's for dominance. So they were like probably abused in a certain way as a child. And
Is there any like, only because I know that you have friends that you talk to have a lot of experience on this, is there any case, without saying names, like something that you just looked at yourself and was like, I mean, I'm sure there was a lot. Was that it was stuck out to you the most? I know you can't get into names or say anything, whatever you read, but
I mean, forget what I read. I could say that there's one guy. Let's call him. Let's just call him Chicken.
Lucifer.
Lucifer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's just call him.
Like, I got you laughing, motherfucker. It's about time.
Go ahead, Bob. And he's got a sister, and his sister is married to someone who just married in. So
okay.
Her kid was very young. I think 4.5, actually. 4.5. And her kid, that's not the real father that she married into, but he took over the job, but was hurting her. But since she was his sister, she said he didn't do it, blah, 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 and told him to represent him. And so I don't know, whatever his name is, baseball cap or whatever. This lawyer, he's like, okay, you're my sister. You're my sister. If you say, like, I'm gonna believe you. And then the lawyer gets discovery, and when he gets discovery, he actually sees a lot of things he doesn't really like and realizes his client has been lying. And a lot of times the parents don't believe the child that's even going up and saying, hey, he's doing this to me. And sometimes women, sometimes men are thinking, well, they support me, or well, I can't live without them, or I love them. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. No, she didn't. Because it happens a lot. It happens a lot. And so this dude has to defend, the lawyer knows that he did it, and the lawyer hates him. And maybe he tries not to do his best in the case, but the guy gets barely nothing. Nothing.
Now, once the case is done, he gets sentenced. The lawyer technically does not represent him no more, right?
Right, correct. You
Yes,
do
sir.
not
Okay,
represent
yeah.
your client once the sentence is given out, unless
Okay.
they rehire you to appeal.
So he kind of like didn't do his best because he knew the guy was guilty, but he still had to represent him because you take an oath and there's nothing you can do about that. And, for all the people who might say that lawyer is a piece of shit, no, that's how it works. But go ahead.
And that lawyer got so mad about about the guy given no time, because those are basically two of his family members. You're seeing half his family sitting there crying on his side. And then you're seeing him like, I gotta defend this guy, and then you're like, what? And you rush the phonographer. You just start knocking everything off the tape. He went nuts, and then he was thrown in. Um, it really doesn't matter. They just
Go ahead. Yeah.
they basically let the lawyer go, because it's really not the judge's fault, because the laws are so messed up, especially
Well,
now.
all I gotta say is I don't know who that lawyer is, but if I ever did, and if you ever see this one day, you heard this story, you might know, whatever. Thank you, man. Thank you. But go ahead.
I mean, multiple lawyers have done this.
Yeah, cool. That's what's up.
The judges are blamed for it, but they're held back.
Is that more so? No, not to cut you off. Is that more so because the lawyer is pissed off from the gate that he had to do that, or is the lawyer more really pissed off? I know it's a compilation, but is it more so too that he's just like, damn, like you see me not doing my best, like judge, like you could have, I don't understand these judges, man. I just don't. I don't know. I know criminal stuff better, like as far as like street stuff. This stuff's a little bit different. I know. Let me tell you, experience that I have. Everybody's listening, not me personally, but I won't reveal that because just put somebody close to me, okay? Somebody in my family was raped from the time she was 8 years old to 12. And the guy who did it barely got anything, right? Well, he's been away. I went to the court hearing. They wouldn't let me really sit in the court case. Cops stopped me because they knew what I was going to do. Just like with the guy who did what he did to me. I was out front of his house one time with a pistol when I wasn't in my right state of mind. But I knew that wasn't the right thing to do. It was a long, long time ago, I don't have no qualms telling anybody that. But long story short, what happened to her, and now I hear this guy might be coming up for parole. I don't even think he's been locked up for 10 years. 8 to 12 years. And I think he might even did it to his own kid or something. And, the recidivism rate, what I've seen is on that is very bad. And another thing I want to touch on, a lot of people don't know, there used to be a stipulation in parole when you're a male sex offender, okay? If you're a male sex offender, hurt a kid, certain states, you can look it up. I don't know exactly which one. The birth control Depo-Provera was actually used on men because what it did was it reversed their thinking process. It didn't allow them to have that sexual gratification and urges and wants. You guys can look it up. I read a whole thing about it. For some reason, they don't enforce that. Why, I don't know. There's so much things and so many laws written that are there, but we will be uncovering a lot of this. We're going to be, listen, just this topic alone, me and Bob, you guys are going to be seeing a lot of us, man, because we didn't even crack the surface. Did we, bro?
We did. I mean,
we cracked it a little bit, but we didn't even get to anything yet. There's so much, right?
It has to be. Yeah, there is so much. And it has to be changed. I know we might they have to be taken away from society. This is what and look this up if you don't believe me. If you are a midget or a dwarf, for North Korea in their society, they think that you are like an evil spirit reincarnated or something. So Kim Jong, he puts all of them in. There's a midget city in Korea.
I heard that little people city, right?
Yeah, they castrate all of them, and they hardly get any food, but it's just because they're midgets. All right, these people are attacking children for the rest of their lives and get 10 months probation. Right, and no one is understanding this. Like, how are people not? You guys want to march for feminine rights to grow hair under your arms or something? Fine, but march for children's rights.
Bro, let me tell you something. Like I said, I can't thank you enough for doing this with me. Not only just because you don't understand, whatever. I guess it hit me a little bit tonight, revisiting, rethinking. But what's hit me harder is to know what we have to do and how imperative this is. I don't even really feel too good, but I'm so you get just not even just you, but I'm saying this whole experience, what we're about to embark on, is giving me such hope to know that finally I feel like I can really, really help some kids, not even just coaching. Because coaching, you can't, even in coaching, I don't know if you noticed, you can't even really, they don't want you talking about that stuff. Can't talk about God, can't talk about that. I'm like, listen, every huddle, whatever your God is, God bless, but God's good. He'll take care of you. God watch over us. I say a little prayer. And I tell every kid, I do a little dance. I go, not here, not here, not here. I tap the front of my thighs, the back, and I say, nobody's ever allowed to touch you there. If they do, tell Coach Mike, your mom, your dad, whatever. And that's to the extent of what I can do. But now this is going to give me a bigger voice. This is going to let me really do what I always wanted to do, what I've suppressed for so many years, if that makes sense to you. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And think about if it was your child. Everybody here, if you had a little girl and you found someone, a family member or anybody who molested or hurt them, you would kill them.
You want to hear a true story? This is documented. My daughter was in second grade, St. Eugene School. I'm an open book. I don't mind telling. So one day I get a call. I go up there and I say, what happened? Now, my kids both live with me, both of them. My son's 15. My daughter's 26. She's a great mother, but at the time she lived with me. I was mommy and daddy, whatever. Kid goes up her skirt, second grade. He's a young kid. So I went up to the school and I said, get the father up here and the mother right now. I wasn't tripping all the way because I understand they're kids, right? And I understand that behavior is inherited or learned or something. Guess what do you think the principal did?
Got their parents and everything.
Fuck no. She called the cops on me, told them I was threatening her in the school.
What?
When the cop came, he threatened to lock me up, told me to get out of here. True story.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
That's true story. Hey, God, this was my daughter's 26, second grade. That would have been probably 0102 maybe. But she remembers it like it was yesterday. And that's really what happened. That's a true story. Like, they were so your kids just this. But even at that age, it was so I just wanted the parents together so we could all get together and have that same discussion with my daughter and the son in the room, and it's crazy, man. I just don't
and people don't watch out for it. Look, if I have a neighbor, if I'm in an apartment.
Hold on, Nunzio, put your channel in the chat, bro, because I don't even know what your thing is. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
But people, if I live somewhere and look, I had a girlfriend 2000, I think 6 or 7, and the kids were bad kids. She had through a different marriage.
Oh, I had one of them too. Go ahead.
So when they got in trouble, they called me instead of anybody else. I was the dad, but I'm not the dad. I'm just like the boyfriend that they knew that I can't go punish them. You know what I mean? So they called me, and the schools are so stupid. And that's like people like, you're just letting me, and then they assumed I was the dad. They assumed I was the father without even asking me. I could have took the kids home. And I was like, no, let them stay in detention.
It's crazy too, because like even if you think about it now, looking back, just letting them kids and not having that discussion or just trying to, however they look at it, whether they were, defending, not defending, or if it was like, addressing, not addressing, or however angle they looked at it. To me, it's not right. I don't think that was, I don't think that was handled the right way. And the fact that I got defending my daughter, had to get threatened by a cop. And I just finished parole at the time. I didn't get off paper till 2000. So I was like, man, I really didn't care because I wasn't on paper, but my daughter was with me and I didn't want to put her in a bad situation. So I left the school. I didn't get locked up. But the first reaction was to lock me up. I mean, I know the kid was a minor. He was, I don't know how old he was, my daughter's age, a couple, second grade. How old are you in second grade? 7, 8? I don't know. 6, 7.
8, about 8.
Yeah, 7, 8, whatever. So it's crazy, man. But through all that experience, and even through what I'm uncovering now and what we're doing, man, it's, dude, you know what? We are doing this some justice because a lot of people ain't, and it needs to be brought to the forefront. Like, it bothers me. Why isn't it brought? Like, there's so much other shit that doesn't even matter, man. Grown men on this YouTube fighting all the time, arguing. Then another guy does a show, going back and forth, back and forth. Like, I understand
he called me a rat. No, he called me a rat. No, he called me a rat. No,
yeah,
who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck?
No, because we care about these kids and what's happening to them, man. These kids are young. They don't have a voice. They can't defend themselves.
They don't know how to have that voice. And adults aren't they're not aware of how prevalent it is. Like, if I'm looking over at my neighbor who randomly brings a kid I've never seen into his house, I'm going to be thinking, like, he doesn't have a kid for that kid to play with. It's 8:00 at night.
Now, do you blame the media, or why do you think more people are, turn the head, close the eye, lock the door? Like, there's no more. Back in the day, like you said, people would look out for each other. It seems like now everybody's turning a blind eye because people don't want to get involved.
Well, it's like in jail. If you're next to someone that's committing a murder, you don't want to help that person, and you like the person that's being murdered. You don't want to go help stop the bleeding. You don't want to help at all, because then they're going to charge you, and then you're involved in like on the yard, if you see something, or if you're in like a bunk or a cell, like you're like, oh shit, I'm not going near that blood.
Yeah.
And it's just people like, at least it's not us, but it's going to be you someday. It will. And these people get out. They don't understand this. These people get out. Back in the day, if you harmed a child, like, there were certain cultures that would either murder you or just take your arms off.
Castration too, right, brother?
Yeah, they'd castrate you on the spot, and that's if you were lucky. Like,
torture too.
And it's psychology too, because they're separating child abuse from, like, no, I don't care if you're a sociopath, psychopath. What does it matter about your sentencing? You're hurting kids. Go to jail for the rest of your life. Like, I don't want to let you out. Like, okay, if a pedophile went to jail for 25 years and gets out, would you let him babysit your kids? No.
No, it's crazy too, because there was a guy that went away, right? Who did 21. I can't say his name because I'll probably get sued. Did 21 years from PA. And he got out, whatever. Beat the case. I'm looking something up, my bad. Can you see me or is it Avatar?
I think I'm an avatar because I got kids running around.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. Anyway, so he gets out of jail, right? And then he finds out, well, they find out that this guy not only how can I put it? He not only he got out for that, okay? But guess what? He beat the case after 22 years, or how many years? He got the money, right?
Mm-hmm.
But guess what they found out? He molested somebody or some kid. So somebody came out and told after that, like, yo, he molested me. I was like, damn, man, because
I mean, it's not like if you're an alcoholic or if you're like a weed smoker, or if you're like a heroin
never hear this,
addict.
Buff. Sorry to cut you off. There was a movie in the 80s called Once Were Warriors. I didn't see that one. It's good. I'll check it out though, brother. What's your channel, Nunzio? What time you going on? He's a good dude, man. I see him in chat. He's pretty calm, man. He don't talk shit. Keeps him well. He's got some shit to say, but he's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's cool. I say hi to him when I see Nunzio.
You guys better all start giving my boy Bob some respect, man. Enough of this shit. He's all used to the troll and joking. This is a really smart dude and a very good dude, man. We see you. That's his thing. All right, cool. Check this out, Bob. You ready for this one?
I hope.
I don't know how to make it bigger. Shoot. Hold on. All right. So look, Texas total set. So Texas has the biggest. Can you see this chart?
Yeah. It's California second.
Yeah, you said that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I thought it was first. Texas is first. Oh, you know why? Because of the border, right?
Yeah, the border crossers and coyotes. They probably sell them there.
I don't believe DC has the most. With all Washington, you believe that shit? No.
I don't believe DC is the most. I think
everybody watching, this is where all the sex offenders are in the United States and the most.
We're Chicago. Oh yeah, Illinois is up there.
Wow.
Yeah, I get it. Ohio. I know why Ohio would be up there because of their laws.
I got you with that.
It depends on the laws. It depends on state law too.
Well, you spar, keep your headgear tight.
I
was only playing around, man. He caught me though, but good. Let me see.
New Mexico is Alaska's above New Mexico.
That's crazy.
What is going on here?
Something's not right with it. That's a 2019. I wonder what it is.
But they all don't register though. I mean, they don't. Because if you register, you have to go with everybody within a mile or something and tell them that you registered. A lot of people don't do it. And on job applications, they don't do it. And your life's basically over, which it should be. Your life should be basically over. But then what happens? You can't get a job. You can't do anything. What's your mindset on? Right? And these are reported ones. We most aren't. They say that clearly, and the courts are the reason why, because they believe it's all psychological. Who cares if it's psychological? Ted Bundy was psychologically crazy.
Yeah, man. I heard a lot. What I've read about him, was he obviously he was trying to manipulate everybody and everything, but was he a smart dude at one time?
Yeah, dude, he was almost a lawyer. He represented himself in court, and
so wait, what's the old saying? A fool a fool for a client has a lawyer as himself or something. Something. My mom worked for lawyers all her life. She was always telling me that. I think it's a fool for a client. Something.
Yeah, I think it was like a fool for a client speaks for himself. Because, see, it's like
Yeah. You're right. Yeah.
it's like if it's like if MRE's got like 1,000 people in his chat that are his homeboys, FBS has like 20, and then you got 1,000 people in FBS's chat going, "You suck." Everybody's gonna side with 1,000, and FBS is or either way. I'm not picking sides here. I'm just giving an example.
Yeah, we don't even give a fuck about that shit.
But it's like the more people you have against you, the more others are just going to be sheep. You know,
Yeah.
like, yeah, they're just like, oh, it's like, oh,
You know what I don't get though, like, because we're and we're having a good show. To get off topic though, I feel that a lot of the disrespect, neglect, and a lot of reason for a lot of things with the kids and behavior is they see their parents acting. If grown men are on the internet acting like this, how are they acting in front of their people, their kids? And I'm talking about everybody. I didn't generalize. I said I'm talking in general.
And if you're on YouTube and my 7-year-old has a tablet for school, I can take a picture of it right now. She get out of the room.
Is she allowed to look at certain things? Is it
Well, I mean, I have child stuff on it, but she always knows how to disable it and then turn it back on.
Would she just like watch videos and games and stuff? You're a good freaking father too, bro. But you know what's funny about this guy? This is how much a solid dude he is, and this is really the reason why I like to mess with him. Because a lot of people were telling him don't mess with me, man, and he made his own assessment, and I like that, bro. You know, because I'm the same way. Oh wow, look at that.
Yeah, you have to get him to it for school.
Yeah, well, my son, he has one. He lost it. Guess how much they charged us? $250. He paid it though. He had the money.
Good kid.
Crazy, man.
I mean, we're talking about a 7-year-old. She knows how to work my phone, how to do all the stuff, how to. I would never really.
Again, back to my question. Do you think that all the chaos from the parents and all the neglect, because everybody's on their phones and everything, do you feel that because the CDC or whatever, not the CDC, whatever, I don't know what government entity runs whatever they think for the
Protected
kids.
Child Services?
No, just the one that says the education for kids and all. They say doctors say 2 hours a day between phone, cable, and internet. That's the most kids should have, whether it's games, TVs. You know, do you think a lot of parents easy to just here's the video game, not pay attention? And I think that there should be more dialogue, man. Like we're trying to do here. Like have a conversation with your kid. Make it okay. I didn't have that with my parents.
I mean, that's not parenting then. Parenting, like here's your tablet, go look at. No, it's you get home, give me your tablet, and then I can check the stuff if she did the work at school and stuff like that. And I'm going through it. My other niece, she just comes here like every other weekend just to hang out every other week. Same with my nephew, but like we don't like look. I go out to eat with my girlfriend, whatever you want to call her. And you're right, you never want to give out too much.
Don't say that, brother.
And
hey,
he
could be Mormon. He could have 5 wives. We don't know, but go ahead.
Yeah, right. If she's on her phone the whole time, number 1, it's disrespectful. Number 2, it shows no respect for me. Number 3, it shows no care about like the fact that I'm putting in time to make her have an enjoyable experience. Like if I take my kid or nephews and kids to say I take them to SeaWorld and we go to see the orca whale or something, and they're looking on their phones on Facebook. Why even leave the house, right?
Yeah,
Like,
Gina, hey, look what Gina said, Bob, to what you're saying. She said the computer and the phone are the babysitters now. She ain't lying. Go ahead, Bob.
right? They are the
I
babysitters
know,
now.
man.
It's like when I was a kid, the doors they go outside, doors locked till like 2 o'clock. Have fun,
Yeah.
right? Lunch is at 2 o'clock. Come back and go play, do stuff, learn like, and that's how you learn how to like. I remember I said I was bullied and stuff, but if my parents didn't like push me through boxing, if they didn't like push me to go outside, I wouldn't be social. Everything outside would scare me, which they scare kids nowadays. Like things they don't know and understand, like scare them. Like the first time, my niece is so protected. She's so like home, like. Do you hear that?
That lets me know that you're normal, brother.
Yeah, right. Hold on
Yeah.
one second. Sorry, it's my neighbor who found my dog.
For real?
Yeah,
Cool.
I guess it's the
Hey,
second day in a row my dog's been in his yard.
he'll get over it.
If your dog's in my yard again, I'll kill you. And then slams the door. But
That's funny, bro. Get your dog out my fucking. It's like Clint Eastwood on Gran Torino.
It's a new neighbor, and they're all like back in the day, like if your dog was in my yard just like walking around, I like, even now I don't care.
I'm trying to see why. Go ahead.
I don't see why it's such a big deal for him.
He'll get over it. I'm
Yeah.
trying to. Oh, there it is. So what do you got going on tonight, man?
I gotta get these two girls to bed. Probably gonna put on Finding Nemo or something like
Oh,
that.
that's a great movie. Yo, bro, thank you for this, man. It was really good. There's so much more, bro. We got so much more to do.
We didn't even get into the Judge Jackson.
You want to get on to that? I didn't know if you wanted to touch that or not.
There's too much to touch. I mean, that would be like an hour
You
conversation.
want to do that? Look, I got a show tomorrow with Kane Shades Unk. I'm going on his show. But we could do it tomorrow at a different time. I don't think he goes on at 8. I got to get in touch with him tonight. But yeah, he goes on at I'm gonna go on there. But if you want to tomorrow touch that, man, that'd be cool.
Yeah, we need to touch that because
Yeah.
it's very important. Oh,
Well, you know
hey,
what?
boy,
If you're gonna be if you're gonna be up for a while, I'll probably be up to like 11 or 12 because I've been writing a little bit, man. I've been writing a book. I don't know if I told you before about like my own self-help book, The Single Dads. You know what I mean? Like from a single dad's point of view. Remember we were talking, so I'm trying to write, but I'll be up for a while if you want to call me later.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, I'm gonna go give my neighbor a
Go do your thing. Listen, everybody, hit the like, subscribe button. Bob, thank you, man. It's been great. You taught me a lot. You opened up a lot. Thank you for taking this journey with me, brother. No, because you know what?
You're good.
Really, like, I not that I didn't. I know I could do it, but I did feel a little weird, man. And but now I feel good. I feel like I know that we're doing the right thing, man. So everybody,
the information needs to get out. I mean, these pedophiles are like, we haven't even got into the meat yet.
Yeah, let the guys, everybody can, them other drama channels, you can do all that if you want. We're going to be doing real things here. And who we're going to be talking about next, probably tomorrow is going to be our next show. The Supreme Court pick. We won't say our name, but I'm sure you know who. And I read somewhere, I think it was
Supreme Court people. Listen to this.
Pick.
Supreme Court.
Supreme Court pick, right? apologized to her defendant. She was supposed to give this amount of time, or could have gave the guidelines. No, she gave
Come
right
here.
up.
Come here.
All right.
Oh, I'm
Go do
sorry.
your
I'm
thing. Call
sorry.
me later
No,
on.
no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was just
No,
talking
go
to
do
the
your thing.
dog. Oh, I'm good. I just wanted him to get on the bed.
Well,
Go
go
to
ahead,
sleep.
bro.
He's good. He's good. But yeah, we need to talk about
Yeah,
it,
we're gonna
man.
do that tomorrow, man.
We can do it tonight later if you said you're gonna be up.
Yeah, I'll be up. Yeah, you know what? As a matter of fact, call me later on.
That's because that's the most important thing that's going on. That it's getting into politics, and politicians are like, we'll get more votes because now there's movements for this NAMBLA, this whatever. And it's psychological. People are getting probation for kidnapping kids.
Kidnapping kids, touching kids, assaulting kids, molesting kids.
You guys don't even know the stories we're about to tell you.
Not even that. You guys got a Supreme Court pick that everybody's so about, and yet she lets child pornography. Oh yeah, we'll give them less than the minimum, and I'll also apologize because I said, man, like what is wrong?
States are changing their guidelines for it. Like, what is going on?
She didn't even give them the minimum. She gave under that.
And what about the person I told you that was in the dog box? I mean,
oh my God, dude, save that story. God, people, get your stomach ready for that one because it's disgusting, man. It's sad.
This guy's out.
What? We're willing to have this conversation because a lot of people don't. They can't stomach it. They don't want to think about it. But how else can you help these kids, man? People say, "Oh, your audience is older." Well, I'm talking to the parents. I want the parents. And look, if I can give you any advice, if somebody's been through it, somebody wants to offer to watch your kid too much, somebody wants to take your kid for ice cream too much, somebody wants to go too much, who it's just something's not right. You look at the coaches too. You can always tell, something will not be right. Have the dialogue with your kids. Talk to your kids. Make sure you let them know they're not doing anything wrong. Let them know they can always come to you. Make sure you're there for them.
Make sure your kids know that they have the most important thing for my daughter to know is what I tell her is never to hurt them, and it's always to benefit them.
Exactly.
And like if
well said.
And like if someone's gonna hurt you or hurting you, I want you to do this, and you won't be in trouble for it. You will never be in trouble. Like, I forgive you for everything you do and everything you will do. You're my blood. So, like, kids, you gotta know that from a parent, or you gotta like find that in a friend or someone where you know that you can go to and like let it go, because this stuff has to come out, and you got to talk about it, and you gotta let people know.
Man, we're gonna touch this later on. You call me, man. Let me know when you're ready. We'll go back on later, like
sure.
11 or 12 or something.
Dude, I think I gotta go clean poop on my neighbor's
Go ahead, go do your thing. Everybody, thanks for coming in. Hit the like, subscribe button. I'm gonna go back the thumbnail. I'm gonna label this 1 of 2. And we're going to come back later on tonight and hit this again because we got to talk about the Supreme Court pick and just, man, some of them cases. Go do your thing, brother.
I went through her history. I went through her history on her cases, and these people need to know who they're picking, who they're voting for. Wait.
All right, brother. Save that for a little bit, all right?
All right.
All right, brother. See you later.
Peace.
Yo, don't get too shitty. All right, bro. Be good. All right. Everybody, that was a great show. Thanks for joining. We're going to come back later on. We'll be talking about the Supreme Court pick. I want to thank Bob. He'll be back with me soon. Everybody, stay tuned, man. Really, what we're going to do is save these kids. That's the movement I'm on. The new movement, well, we always support hashtag We Push Back. My movement, Bob, what we're starting, hashtag We Speak Up. We want to encourage kids to speak up. We want to encourage dialogue with the parents. We're here to help. Anybody has anybody know going through something, you guys can get a hold of me at any time. Reach out. I'm here. Whatever I can help with. I'll be back on in a couple hours. Whoever can't make it, I appreciate it. Whoever did make it, I appreciate it. Whoever can make it, I appreciate it. And before they make it, look at this. A little sparring never hurt nobody. God bless everybody. See you soon. Remember, stay blessed.